Hey guys, here's my review of the Honest DONG SHI tubular lockpick set. Picked up a couple of these. I was kind of excited about these actually because unlike the HUK style, which uses the O-rings over your pedals, your tension pedals for your tubular locks. These ones actually use, you have a collar under here, you have 3 O-rings under here, you have your little plunger here, and your torsion here. So instead of adding more O-rings on to your tool, all you do is adjust this. And I'm like, that's kind of what I wanted. So I wanted to be able to lock it down and actually be able to use it. So, a few differences. If I even them up, roughly where the collar is at here in the middle, you can see there's quite a bit of a length difference. Larger handle is actually very nice. I actually like it. It gives it more to grab onto, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. The length of the tube, not too bad. Shouldn't be too much of an issue, but there's an issue. So basically, this thing is much larger in more ways than one, and not in a good way. Your inside diameter, well, the other thing with these is there is no tension pin inside these like there is in the HUK style. So if we go into internal, 7.66, make sure you touch that bar in there. Here we go. 7.67. So that's roughly the same here. Now the problem comes to the exterior. If I go to the fatty part to the lock here, we have 9.76 versus 9.48. How much of a difference is that? A lot. This is a, here's my key for this one. This is the American lock, tubular lock. I'm not going to open it, but I just want to show. It goes in. Works much better if you have this in a vise to work this tool around. The Honest does not even go in. I cannot get it to fit. It will not go around there. I've had other problems. I know sometimes these won't fit into the ace locks. Where'd my ace lock go? Got a key for it. There it is. So I have an ace style. I'll actually repin this one. This is even tighter keyway. Nothing. The HUK is tight on this one as well. I've only found able to find one lock this one goes into. I only have one lock available to try it out on. That is my gun vault lock. This one actually goes in, getting the fat part in there, but it's so tight. The pedals do adjust, but I have honestly worked on this. I've worked on the tension. It probably would work eventually. But that might be my second video. What would it take to actually make this actually work? What do I have to shave down? I'm kind of working on one now. But I have not gotten this to open up yet. I'll give this a couple shots here. So the nice part about this is you can adjust the tension on it. Flatten it. But this is so much room in here. Yeah, come on. There it goes down. Forever. It just doesn't want to go. But anyway, one of the main reasons I wanted to get locking tension was I was hoping that I do have a tubular duplication machine here. Oh, rocking. For duplicating tubular keys. Your blank goes in here, your other key goes in here. And basically what you can do is as you move the key forward, it'll cut the lock to desired depth. Now, this doesn't even have a center pin, so this won't even work in this type of thing. But just to show, it's not even going on. Usually takes this one, the HUK style. Come on. And that fits on there. So what can I do? I'm kind of disappointed because I had high hopes for these. But I'm a tinkerer. I like to figure things out. So I decided to start taking some things apart. And I came up with this little hybrid piece. Now, when you look underneath, I decided what parts would fit, what would work. So I ended up pulling I pulled the handle off, I pulled the collar off, I pulled the rings off here. I left the rings underneath here on this. And then I took the handle off, took things apart. I was able to take the collar off here, the plunger, use these old rings underneath it. And what do I come up with? I came up with this. This is a hybrid between the two. If you notice, I use the handle. The larger handle makes a bigger difference. I'll give you that. It gives you some more torque. As you can see, they're different sizes now. I got rid of the shaft here. This was way too large. This one is awesome. Works great, but it just didn't have the locking bar tension I wanted. What this allows me to do is once I have a key picked now, I can crank that down, actually go over to my duplicating machine, throw it on here, and I've already done this with a test key and a lock. I'm actually able to cut the key on saving myself time. I do have a hurdy-gurdy. I can do it manually, but this is so much faster. Time is money. It's nice to have. And I paid like almost nothing for that. So how well does this work? Well, one thing I did is you can find where your sweet spot is on these, and you know about where your proper tension is, and you can use that. And what I ended up doing was I scribed some of the anodizing off this ring, so I know where about the tension I need to have it at. So I know roughly most locks are right about here. This gun vault works really well when I do it right about here. So I'm actually able to adjust the tension without putting more rings on. I can go less, I can go more. And I know. Of course I don't want to. Reset it. Take my tension. Come back off a bit. I can adjust, tighten, lower, whatever you want. Yeah, that should go down. There we go. I have it open. I can now crank this down. That locks those pedals into place. So I cranked it down. Now, every time I reinsert the tool, it acts like a key. And of course, now it does. So, that allows me to put it on my topping machine and actually cut it to where I need it to be. So parts of this come in handy. This is now like my new favorite tubular pick. It works awesome. Very happy with it. It has worked for the most part. This has worked really well. Did hybrid. But what about this? The kit as it stands. You have extra O-rings under here. You got your adjustable, your Allen keys. You've got your 7.5, your 7.8, your 7.0. I would save your money and I would not buy this unless you want to do the same modifications like I did, and you already have a HUK set, and you want to make this thing, I'm going to make a hybrid one, that's the only reason right now I would find to buy this, because there are not enough. Otherwise, I'm just buying this for parts, and at just under 20 bucks for each kit, I'm just buying it for parts. And luckily I have enough HUK sets that I'll be making quite a few more of these and keeping them around my shop, at the fire department. They come in handy. You can legally break into things, it's fun. So, but only do it legally. But this is a great tool now. I know something similar like this off the websites are going for 100 bucks. You can make it for roughly 40, half the price. And you can actually, I haven't run into any small bore ones yet, but I have a small bore. I'm able to cut small bore keys, so I made a small bore one. I haven't found a lock to actually use this on yet, but I'm like, I know what I need it for. It's might come in handy. So I have a small bore and a large bore. I have a small and large bore for roughly $40 between the two. 20 bucks for the HUK, 20 bucks for the Honest. And I've got a nice little kit here. Is it worth it to me? Yeah. Is it going to be worth it to you to buy just this? No. This is a great start, and this will work for you for most locks. If you want to supersize it, or you want to modify it, what do you want to call it? If you find one of these, give it a shot. You might surprise yourself. It's a very nice parts kit. And that's all I'm going to call it as, is a parts kit. Because until I can actually get this stupid thing to work, that's all it's good for. Go with the HUK, you'll be happier. And these were my go-to. This was my go-to one for a long time. And they work great. But now I got something a little better. So if you guys like it, let me know what you think. I'll be testing something more, and like I said, I will probably be doing a review of what it would take to get that kit to work. I'm working on things. I got the diameter a little smaller on. I'm not sure how well it's going to fit because I've had to grind it, and the pedals are still very large. I don't know if I'd have to pull the pedals off here to make it work. Again, I don't even know if it's going to work. So, but that's another video for another day, and that's still more work in progress. That's not ready for it. So you guys have a good one, and subscribe and all that other fun stuff.